Oh no, I did not want to snooze the ads. I wanted to run the ads. I like how, sillily enough, Automod picks up misspellings of that word as well. Automod is extremely I don't even know if I don't even know what the word would be for what Automod's like, because most of the time people are fine. Maybe it's just because for some reason shield mode is still in effect because my bot hasn't turned it off yet. Yeah, we're not having that word in here. I do not know why Servibot is being a pain lately. It did this the other day as well. I already am affiliate, but I don't want that word used in my chat. I'm just trying to work out why the bot just is not. This is this. It worked yesterday, I think, and it works to turn shield mode on at the end of a stream. So it's just really confusing as to why it's just being a pain lately. Okay, let's go on for a red pen. Try and figure out where the bits of this hen actually are. I'm assuming that's roughly the circle bit of the skull. Because all this bit here is fluff. That's all fluff. That's all fluff. Oh no, bats are lovely. If we didn't have bats, we would be pretty fucked in terms of getting completely bitten to death by insects. Also, a lot of fruit we would start being able to get hold of because a lot of fruit is pollinated by bats. These circles are shit. They are not accurate circles. I mean, I wonder if I can. I wonder if I do. I still have. Do I actually still have the files saved? No, that's poses. That's not the right one. I mean, it wouldn't be surprising if I hadn't saved the things I'm looking for. Although it probably would be useful to have reference for how bad I was in the past. There were all the templates that I used. I'd set myself a bunch of templates up to just open things and work on them. Would they have been one of the recent streams? But I know I did do some on the recent stream. Well, I say recent, like a month or so ago. That is close enough to what it was. It's doing stuff like this. To get good at drawing a circle, the way to do it is draw more circle. Many circle. Also, little frog. But every now and then I try and save things like this that I've done as like basics. So that at some point in the future I can come back and see how bad I was compared to how I am now. I mean, granted, this was only like a month or so ago. And the premise is draw yourself some lines to go with. So some straight lines, some curvy lines. And then try to draw the circle to hit the top, the side, and the bottom. And then draw another circle to try and hit the side, the top, and the bottom, and so on. Trying to keep them as circular as you can while still hitting the lines that you're aiming for. So let's say we did that there, we would. Just literally draw circles. And it's the same with lines. If you want to get good at drawing a line, you have a start point, you have an end point, and then you draw the line. Try not to go past that, like I have. And yeah, it's very much those things are the fundamentals. You're gonna do them a lot. So it's worth trying to get better at them, and I do attempt every now and then. Look at that face. Actually, a bit hard to tell where the head is on this one. I think it starts up here, and then this is like the brow ridge. Because if that was that just looks like too small of a head. Whereas having that, and then this bit is the bit that like protrudes forward a bit, would make a bit more sense. It's hard to work on construction from a front angle, annoyingly. So we have think head there. Think that's the skull. No, that last bit's a bit off. The nose is here. This bit is fluff. It's trying to distract us. Although even that just looks off. Wish I had higher res on some of these photos. The eyes are straight that way. Yes, this entire photo, I've done it perfectly, Ace. I did it all based on this red line that's appeared. I hate construction learning. That's all I'll say about that. I have slow mode on because for some reason the bot is not goddamn doing its job. I don't know why Seriebot is being a pain. But it's still showing us, it's still got shield mode on. And I don't get why. This is the second time in the past week that Seriebot has decided to not do the thing it's for. I mean, it's still there, it's still online. So it's not the bot's not working because it's active. Yeah, but then I have to have people like you turn up, Ace. Yes, 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 yes. Turn off shield mode. Otherwise, Ace will shout. Ace, if I have a bot to do it for me, you really think 2 buttons is within my capability? Like, come on. It's like effort. Okay, that's just not high enough quality to do. Eh. It's annoying that all the good images of bats that I've got are really awkward to actually work out the construction for those faces. I'm probably gonna have to go in and find some more like anatomical reference. Although I do have some like bat bat anatomy, I don't know, bat anatomy books on my Amazon list that I might splurge on at some point. It's a horrible pen. Why am I using hard round? One of these days I'll actually make a brush of my own that I can use that I actually like. I hate that I did actually have one that I liked using and I forgot what it was called because it's from a pack that has like 200 brushes in it. And as always, my problem is getting the proportions wrong. Oh, frop. Do the redeem. I promise it will be worth your while. It should be connected. Should be. You're saying you're connected, thingy. Why did you not do it? Fine. I will do it manually. They were frogs. They're the frogs from the French frogs from Flushed Away. They're silly. And they're French. Because of course the frogs are French. And that right there is the reason why I put frogs in to my redeems. I knew at least one person would appreciate them. Oh, Chubb, thank you for the raid. Welcome to Absolutely Terrible Person Draws Drawings badly. Oh, thank you for the follow, SpongeBob and Glyph. How was your stream, Chubb? And let me do the. Let me do the thing. I'll give Chubb that. Chubb the love. Insert comment about chubbing they bud. Of course, now I feel even more self-conscious about drawing because I've got like 30 people looking at this crap now. One of these days, I'll actually put together a spiel like Chubb House for when raiders turn up. I'm a dumb dickhead bat who sometimes plays games and draws badly on both accounts. Totally didn't steal the first part from Chubb at all. Can I draw a pufferfish? Close enough? I have not tried to draw a pufferfish before. I just know their vague shape, or possibly more. That kind of shape before you spook them. I have tried doing fish sketches because this program this website I use, Line of Action, does have a fish option for the animal drawing section. But there's a really, really tough part about fish is they're mostly all this shape with a bit at the end and an eye and some fin. They all ended up looking the same when I drew them. They just had a different vague shape in the middle of the body. Which was not exactly helpful when I was trying to learn. I'll probably go back to them when I start working on colour. I know you have some like weird ones, like the Remora's got like this weird thing on the top, and then it's like a really long, fishy thing like that. But he has a big, he just has a big sucker thing on the top. And then you got weird ones like the Mola Mola that's just big, and the Barrel Eye that decided to evolve to just have a see-through fucking head for some reason, because it thought one day some weird hairless monkeys are going to send cameras down here. And so we need to make sure that we do our best to freak them the fuck out when they find us. And so you can just see their eyeballs, like the entire eye, through a see-through chunk of their head. It melts my brain that evolved. I can kind of understand the reasoning it evolved. It doesn't mean I'm happy about it. Well, talk about a blob. Well, yeah, that's basically it. They're like, if we need to look up and see the light, Why should we bother having some flesh above us in the way? Let's just have a fluid that we can see through. And then our eyes can be bigger without them having to actually, like, have a bigger opening on the outside of the body or something weird. So they end up looking like this is their eye, and it just looks up, and all of this bit is see through, and you can just see into their head, and it's just weird. Everything in the deep sea is just weird, and I love it for that. Just the fact that there's like a whole bunch of creatures that are like, you know what? Body plan? This works for a body plan, doesn't it? But it's kind of boring. So what should we do? Let's just have some fucking disco lights down the length of our body. And so they just can flash constantly. Other than that, they're see-through. But they have disco lights. And then people wonder why we get upset that we don't get built-in disco lights. There are a lot of noodles down there. Some of them have the jaw. Some of them are just deep sea spaghetti with glowy bits. Or you should have a look at the gulper eels and things like that. The ones that are like the ones that are like are you in the middle of autumn? There we go. The ones that have like got a weird body like that and then just have a massive fucking jaw like that. Are those the ones you mean? They just go, why bother chewing? I'll just swallow my prey entirely whole, and then they end up just having a massive gut whilst they swim around slowly digesting it. Yeah. They've got like a specific name for that kind of feeding strategy, and I can't remember what it is. Yeah, there's a lot of very weird stuff down in the deep sea. We could actually have a look at what I don't actually know what fish are in this. Because it doesn't even just call it just says aquatic animals, which could mean literally fucking anything. Could be whales, could be dolphins, could be lobster. Or shark. Hey, thanks for the follow, Taylor. I mean, some of the jellyfish from down there are absolutely freaky as well. But then you got some like absolutely beautiful stuff like this. Just the coloring of some of these things is like, what? Why did you? Why do you get to have that and we just have like generic, like plain, just single color skin across our whole body? Maybe you might have some freckles or some blemishes if if your skin genetics are a bit weird. But for the most part, we are just a plain color, and then these things come along and look like this. Can you imagine how awesome humans would look if they looked like this? I mean, technically, we kind of do have stripes, I think, under blacklight, which is even weirder. I can't remember the name of them, but apparently, human skin has striations that are only visible under blacklight. And depending on who it is, they're either like really, really faint, or some people actually have like quite noticeable stripes. We're talking like zebra stripes weirdness. But you can only see it under UV like black light. And it why? Why is that a thing? Why evolution do that to us? Ah, goldfish. Wonderful. With this, I've seen this one before when I've looked, and I like to think that that fin at the top is not its fin; it's actually hair, and it's got a really cool little hairstyle because it makes it actually cuter that way rather than just being a goldfish. Got our rays, more goldfish, more goldfish. This is the reason why I'm not a fan of this category. Barracudas, they're always fun. Fish from the underside, eh. I mean, that's a. If I was working on color, if I wasn't still trying to like get my proportions and my line work right, this kind of stuff would be amazing for working with color. Because these, beta fish are absolutely gorgeous and need to actually have bigger tanks than those tiny little fucking things that they get sold in. Crab. That's it. That is a prime example of why I'm not a fan of just having it aquatic animals. Fish, whale, starfish. These three animals are not the same, not even the same class of things. I really do wish they had like they split that category up. Yeah, that they moved the mammals into the mammals section and just took them out of or had aquatic mammals and fish and crustaceans and put them separately would be nice, but unfortunately, small sample size of photos. I mean, it does tell you like how much of a selection your stuff your stuff fits. So if we go aquatic animals, they've only got like 67 images altogether anyway. So whilst I would love for them to actually, split them up right, they just don't have enough to warrant it. Whereas mammals, they got loads. Yeah, thanks for the follow, Nikki. And now that we've kind of like had some kind of warm up, I should probably actually start doing these things timed. And then you will instantly watch the quality of my work drop because I've put pressure on myself. It's weird the random animals that are around that. Oh, hey, Ezzy. Okay, the huh worked. Okay, I heard it that time. I didn't need to check on that. I actually heard it go. Well, there's like a lot of like creatures out there that just have like markings under blacklight for no real reason. And the only reason I know this is because apparently, whilst COVID was going on, some scientists were just absolutely bored and were just like, let's just shine a blacklight on random animals, and then suddenly found that the platypus was glowing. And then no frop. And good morning, Izzy. Yeah, I've definitely got the shape of this bunny's head completely wrong. It looks like a deformed terrier at this point. Or should I just say terrier? It's almost 3 p.m. and you just woke up. Well, that sounds just like you, Ezzy. Oh, I'm not even waiting for the 5 minutes of this to finish. I need to escape my shame. We've already seen that one. Escape the shame of the Benoit. At some point this year, I need to start that proper art grind with that self-taught curriculum thing that I've mentioned in previous streams. I can't help but remember that video of the Great British Bake Off. One of the intros where they had a squirrel that had turned up on the camera, and it stood up, and the people who were filming it for the intro sequence didn't notice that it had a massive nutsack on view that was recorded for live TV and was sent out on BBC. I can't. I think BBC was for Bake Off. And so there's just a squirrel with a massive pair of nuts broadcast on the BBC for everyone to see. I will never forget that because it was just absolutely hilarious. Yet again, I got the proportions of the head wrong. And this just ends up looking like a miniature polar bear more than anything. Yeah, we need to work on the construction element for animals, which is more annoying than people because people tend to have the same construction, whereas animals decide to do wonky things with their bodies. So whilst the pieces are the same, trying to get the bits in the right place is the difficult part. So in this, we can tell that like we've got an ankle here, the knee is probably somewhere around there, and so the hip joint would be there, give or take. But exactly where does the pelvis sit in this? Like what? what shape do we have for it here? I don't know. In some bits make sense. Like legs tend to follow the same thing. So we go back exactly to the bunny. Yeah, the knee would be up here, ankles down here, the hip is back here, and the foot goes out there. It's nice and simple. Technically, same goes for mice, but it's like really, really, really tiny bones, so you can't really see much. But it's when it's like doing the where does like the rib cage. Would we? Do you just like say screw it and just do just a massive rectangle and just assume that that will do for the rib cage, and the same for like a pelvis? So would like just doing this be enough to help symbolize, you know? It kind of works, but it does feel a bit cheaty doing it just massive boxes. It does also help that that could be anything. I just need to like do whatever I want with the tail, and we're good to go. Try doing this one sensibly with the construction bits. So I've got the bit of the head. Near the front is where the eyebrow ridge bit would be. And this is why furry artists charge a lot of money. Because animal construction is more difficult than human. Especially when you're an artist that ends up drawing like multiple things. Now, when do I get my giant furry income so I can like buy an island? And it looks like there's a bit of a curve in the body anyway. It would have a hip, a knee, ankle, and the long foot. Oh, and we've got some ads starting. I mean, it kind of got the right shape, but not quite. I don't know. It's probably ended up being coming out a little bit better than if I tried just going freehand without any kind of reference boxes in the middle. Even though just looking at it, the boxes just seem wonky to me that I've drawn. I mean, if we move out the construction lines, did it look any better? Probably won't. But who knows? Might do. Okay, so it's close, but this bit is way too thin. This should have like come down much further. But quite frankly, that is pretty much par for the course with me. I get my proportions wrong, and that's one of my biggest issues that I need to fix. Not quite bunny. This one's guinea pig next. We got a little bit of a line up to the nose. We got some little tiny nostrils, and some absolutely tiny little eyes. Beady little guinea pig eyes. Which I've drawn too much of. I love when pictures of these things get taken on grass because you can't see the feet. I could just about see one tiny foot that sticks out here, and the rest are gone. Enjoy your shower, Ezzy. Your overly verbose shower. Big problem with the rodent section of this as well is unfortunately there's quite a lot of squirrels. Oh no, Ace is still here. Quick, hide your femboys. Ezzy, run! Diglett, thanks for popping in. Oh no, I'm not liking how this one's turning out. This one is making my brain hurt because it just looks like a small lump. Why are all rodents small lumps? And that was just a lazy lump. Okay, enough rodents. They should have done this earlier when Frock was still awake. I like with the look on his face and the angle of that foot. I like that one just looks like he's broken his ankle and he's screaming. Because that foot does not look like it should bend that way. But I'm not going to argue with something that's incredibly old. Also, how the hell are you meant to easily draw something like that when it's that tiny? Go Frug. Come on, let's get a nice image. I've drawn you before because I actually remember you. I actually have you in another image that I drew years ago. Luckily, it has a line where its spine is on its back. And once again, as always, I have not made it fat enough. You can't see that one. That one is covered by its eyebrow. Yeah, again, my proportions are completely wrong. These legs should be much chunkier. It may be not quite that chunky. Okay, you're going to start going round. Oh, it looks wrong. What have I got wrong? Is it the location of the U in the middle? Does that need to be a bit further over? Or am I just being overly fussy and I'm just not used to drawing frugs? Chances are it's that latter one because I'm not used to drawing frugs. A little bit under there. And that's for everyone out there who's a Wind in the Willows fan. I should send that to Frop. You won't be able to see those. Man would be wearing a waistcoat. Only the finest things for the Toad family. Of course he's dapper. Granted, I've got his shoulder wonky on the other side, but I don't care. And with that dapper gentleman, I think I'm going to let my hand rest. I've been going for an hour and a half, give or take now. And that is also why I randomly draw animals, because every now and then, just one pose just stands out as, this man needs a suit. It's the same reason that the Postling got created. Ace, I know what you're like with your hand stretches. Don't you dare pants grab at all. But it's the same reason that, this little guy got created. I was drawing this and got to his face, and I was like, boy needs a scarf. And so I gave him a scarf. And a little Hobbit jacket. And I was like, you know what? There's a race for the TTRPG right there. Who knows? Maybe this will end up being another. Probably won't, because, toads. I don't know if toads and frogs would quite fit into the thing. Hang on. Let me just do the one instant thing to make him more lifelike. And now you can continue to stare at him like that, whilst I have a look if there's anyone to raid. Oh, Ginger's playing Detroit Become... Oh, he's actually playing Detroit Become Human. I was going to say he's playing it because he was playing RoboCop, but no, he's actually playing Detroit Become Human. So I'm going to send everyone over to Ginger to freak him out. So, as always, thank you everyone for watching. It's been good to actually get back onto drawing a little bit. I do need to do more of it this year. Last year, I only started drawing on stream, like the last few months. This time round, I actually have a little bit more confidence, so I probably will do it more often through the year. But until then, thank you all for watching, and I'll send you over to Ginger. So, have fun, take care, and bye-bye.